Welcome to the January 17th Municipal Land Use Board meeting for the Borough of River Edge. We'll start with welcoming the mayor. Good evening, sir.
Student body.
And when the mayor gets set, I'll ask the mayor to begin the year with the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by posting on the bulletin board of Borough Hall, by email to Ridgewood News, the Record, and by submission all persons entitled the same as provided by law of a schedule including the date and time of this meeting. I would like to remind all members of the public we have 3 fire exits, one in the back, behind me there, and one on the side there. In addition, we are being recorded by both audio and video for purposes of creating a record during the public portion of the meeting. If any member of the public wishes to be recorded or heard, they need only identify themselves by stating their full name for the record, and they may make a statement or ask any questions they would like. Roll call, please.
Councilman Eckler is absent.
He's excused.
Excused. Jared Killian.
Here.
Ms. Ballin is absent.
She's excused.
Dr. Gerwitz is not here. Is absent. Mr. Merman.
He's here.
Mr. Grasso.
Here.
Mr. Caslin.
Here.
Mayor Mignon.
Here.
And Mr. Craig.
Here.
Excellent, thank you. I just want to start off by thanking our engineer and our borough attorney and our planner. It's been for the last few months, we've merged the boards. We've had some growing issues, and with the help of our professionals, including our attorney, we really seemed to turn the corner and getting everything, all our ducks in a row. Also, he's not here tonight because he's excused, but our borough code zoning officer, we've been talking constantly. We're talking about revamping the application a little bit to make it a little bit more user-friendly. So things are moving along well, and of course, the mayor has been in touch with everything on this. So I just wanted to make that statement. Our first order of business is the pet value memorialization. I apologize, I sent the thing. I thought the mayor wasn't here the last meeting, which he wasn't, but this was done 2 meetings ago, so he was. So that was the only change I saw. I will make a statement. I find it interesting when I went there the other day that the hair place, the liquor store, all have these signs in the windows.
Well, I asked about Total Wine that day, because that was never part of their application, so, and they think, as we redo our sign ordinance, that will be something that will be...
Right, Chris, you're gonna start working on that with your committee, all right? And just, you can let the clerk downstairs know when you wanna meet. He'll get you the public safety room. And once we make our recommendations to the Borough Council, they can make whatever changes, and hopefully adopt it pretty quickly so we can have some real guidance moving forward. Okay, any questions on the memorialization? A motion to accept?
So move.
Second?
Second.
There's the mayor, Mr. Grasso. Roll call, please.
Mayor Mignon.
Yes.
Jared Killian.
Yes.
Mr. Merman.
Yes.
Mr. Grasso.
Yes.
Mr. Caslin abstained, and Mr. Craig.
Yes.
That was the mayor motion and Mr. Grasso second.
17th.
Okay. The next is our hiring of professionals. The only thing I'm going to suggest is we cross out Brian Jakowski and put in Nylena. No, we have the firm, so we are well represented, obviously. And these recommendations were made at the last meeting. And if there's no questions or comments, I would ask for a motion.
So move.
Mayor?
This is for the appointment of Fiddleman, Mulsbach, and Chukowski as our municipal land use board attorney for 2018. You want to do them together?
Yes.
Also, the appointment of Burgess Associates as municipal land use board planner for 2018.
Mhm.
And I guess we're going to have to appoint Mr. Costa again as board engineer for 2018.
Well, he was appointed at the last,
so here.
on here, okay.
Yep, so there's
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Grasso? Roll call, please. Do these have to be done separately?
No, we can do that.
Okay.
So this is a combined motion?
Yes.
Combined
Okay,
motion
okay.
for all three, to adopt all three resolutions.
Okay.
Chair Killian,
Yes.
Mr. Merman,
Yes.
Mr. Grasso,
Yes.
Mayor Mignon,
Yes.
Mr. Craig,
Yes.
who did I miss someone? And Mr. Haslund. Okay, you abstaining?
Send it,
Congratulations to our professionals.
make sure you send a copy up to Stephanie because the council has to now
Mm-hmm.
approve the contracts.
Okay. Okay, next. Toda? Anybody here for Toda? No? Okay, so we're gonna carry that. We worked on their notice, made sure that it was tight, and they're on schedule for the first meeting in February. Do I need a motion on that?
No, because I believe the notice provides that this application will be considered on February the 7th.
Okay. And the next one is Manaccio. Anybody here for that? Okay, this is the same thing. We're going to carry that until the first meeting in February. Okay.
If I can make an announcement, Chair, Eric Killian.
Mhm.
If anybody is here this evening on John Manaccio, 824 Summit Avenue, Block 206, Lot 15, is being carried to February 7th at 7:30 p.m. in these chambers. You will not receive any further notice.
Okay.
Okay. Under new business, should actually be under old business, New York Market. They've asked that we carry this to the 2/7 meeting. I did have the clerk pull us a copy of the old certificate of occupancy, so right now they're operating under new management or new ownership without a certificate of occupancy. So I would think that the borough's patience may be wearing a little thin, so I'm going to ask Brian to send a letter letting them know that they will appear at the next meeting.
If I may make a suggestion, Chair, once that letter goes out to the applicant, if the applicant fails to appear on February the 7th, this board should entertain or could entertain a motion to dismiss the application for lack of prosecution and issue summonses at that point in time.
You agree, Mayor?
Yes.
Everybody?
Mhm.
Any comments? Okay, very good. Okay, now we're going to go to the other old business, which is ILBJ LLC, 335 Johnson Avenue, Block 1405, Lot 3, for a major site plan for new construction. Good evening, sir. Come on up.
Easy for you to say.
Let's make an announcement on this one.
Which one's that?
March 8th.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. She's just going to make an announcement on the
Anybody who's here this evening on New York Market, 625 Tunica Road, Block 614, Lot 8.02. It is being carried to February 7, 2018, in these chambers at 7:30 p.m. You will not receive any further notice.
Chairman,
No, he's gonna, I'm gonna whisper in his ear.
I also have the
Mr. Chairman, as you know, I'm slightly disabled, and I may need to say there's no disrespect to the commission.
I'm sorry,
I said, as you know, I'm slightly disabled, and I may need to stay.
absolutely, please sit.
It's not that there's any disrespect. But I will stand at times when I can.
You have nothing but my admiration.
Gentlemen and ladies, my name is Frank DeVito, for the record. I have the pleasure of representing this applicant. It's not very often that I get to represent an applicant or an application that has no downsides. An application that everybody benefits from. And this is an occasion. This is replacing an older facility of approximately 11,000 feet with a very new, very modern, very attractive building of about 8,800 square feet. We came in with an original plan, and we worked with your subcon board to beat us up appropriately, and made what I thought was somewhat of a better plan. We protested a little bit, they pushed a little bit, but they won in the long run, and we made all the recommendations that were suggested, let's say. And as we looked at them, they made a lot of sense. I'm surprised that we didn't think of them, but sometimes you need the outside influences. In any event, 335 Johnson Avenue, been there, I'm going to say maybe 50 years, 60 years. It's got to be the buildings. The building is dated. It's seen its day, we'll say. It provided the service, and the new building is going to provide another service. And what I see about this particular new building, and you'll hear the testimony, is that it not only does it foster the master plan, but it brings a major development, a major improvement to this zone in this area. And you have almost across the street, you have the mall, Total Wines and More strip. This particular facility that's being proposed is so modern that it can only improve, and it's going to be one heck of a rateable from the design that's being proposed. But with that, let me introduce my architect, Mr. Montoro, who I would ask to be sworn in.
Excuse me, before you go any further, can I, through the chair?
Sure.
Were any revised site plans submitted?
There were, yeah. The last revision date, I believe, was 12.
Did you get them?
No,
The rest of the board have?
was,
This is all I have here.
the only site plan I've seen was the one that you submitted earlier.
I physically submitted,
When?
I have a receipt.
This is through in November.
That's through November.
That's the old one, yeah.
That's the old,
This is what's been sent in my car.
I checked.
I was looking through my house, I thought I misplaced it. I was looking at it.
Nobody has something revised, right?
No.
I wonder if it's downstairs.
No. Mr. Chairman,
No, they're not downstairs.
I
got my-
personally stopped by the land use office yesterday at approximately noon. They had not yet received any revised site materials, site plans.
The packet we had at the police station just had the revised
Right.
architect.
I physically delivered them on December 18th myself.
Okay, and when do we have our last site plan meeting?
You gave me a date in January from that date, and you changed the hearing date, so it was before that.
Okay, so
I can
let
give you that
me
date.
put it to you another way. After our second site plan review meeting, were the site plans revised?
Yes.
Well, those, I'm still looking for them.
We met November 20th.
Well,
Mr. Costa, have you seen
Yeah, I mean,
anything revised?
I don't remember how I got, how I
They were
have,
mailed to you.
I have it.
Well, but they didn't go through
No?
our zoning,
Honestly, I don't know how they wound up in my office. All I can tell you is, we have a revised plan, and if this is the revised plan, it's December 12th, that's the.
And I said, I physically delivered plans here on December 18th and mailed by overnight the same day to the professionals as I was instructed.
well, all I can say is I personally checked with the board at noon yesterday. They had nothing. I have received nothing. I don't know if any other board members have.
is there a attorney here?
No.
No, all for every plan I have.
So,
Let's see, revision.
I mean, I think they can go forward.
they can go forward,
They can
we'll
look at
accept the
actual-
site, we accept the site.
We can't, I can't.
No.
You have
vote on
it.
something on the site plan.
That's for your architecture.
I'm gonna see if the demonstrator.
No, it's too late. The public had no chance to look at it.
Do you have the architecturals?
We
Yes.
got the architectural, that's all.
Yes, that's all we have.
It was more than one package.
I don't have it either.
It was delivered all in one piece.
These were all architects,
They're all architects.
and then Pat.
Everything was delivered in all in one piece.
Craig, you get yours from the police department, your packet? Mr. Grasso, did you get your packet from the police department? Where did you get your, where'd you pick up?
No, it was right here at my spot.
Packet was.
I picked mine up about 10 days.
So you have the updated?
No,
Oh, no, you have this.
I picked mine up, for the weekend and,
Did your package have a site plan in it, if it was sitting there today?
No.
Okay,
Yeah, I picked mine up today.
no site plan. I rest my case.
All I can say is they were delivered. The fact that they were not delivered to you, I can't control that, but I can give you what I have.
I don't want it. The fact is, apparently, the public did not have it in ample time to review it, including myself.
I delivered it, you can't punish me for that.
No, I'm punishing the applicant.
Well,
Well, let's face it, there are things on the revised site plan that really need to be looked at. I know Mr. Costa looked at them, perhaps that's fine. I want to look at it, the other board members should have the
the other
opportunity
board
to look
members
at it.
haven't even didn't know what the site plan review committee recommended.
Right, they don't even know what changes we made that affect the site.
Right.
It's significantly different. So the building location, the orientation.
Rob,
the
when
point
did
of
you get
parking.
yours?
Well, the parking layout is slightly different.
You know?
I don't, it came in by FedEx to my office.
it came in by FedEx.
I don't have the slip in the fucking file.
Do
Could you give me off?
the assessor's report?
Hmm?
Assessor's report?
No, I don't have a copy. I don't know, ask him if he put it on.
From Ed, I don't have that. I'll probably go back to mine. The town has it saying January 11th, the package from the police station includes the site plan.
It didn't, no, he called this a site plan, he did this the first time to me, when I said there was no site plan with it, and this is what he gave me.
So probably it was just the architecture.
Yes,
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up the package from the police.
no, I did, and so did Dick, and
So you have it.
We have a set.
So she has a set.
Apparently, there was a cover letter dated board members December 18th, transmitting, says 19 sets of the amended architectural and engineering plans and 2 copies of drainage calculations for the January 11, 2018 hearing. And CC'd on that transmittal letter, Brian Chakowski, Tom Behrens, and Mr. Costa. We did get a set of those amended site plans via UPS, but the issue still remains that the board did not get a set,
was in the
and
packet,
there's
right?
nothing on
It
file.
was in my packet.
we got the, his revised drainage calculations were in the packet too.
You know that I followed up with Ed Alter, and he confirmed he had everything. who confirmed the hearing, and he confirmed the plans.
When,
And then they changed the date, you changed your hearing date, and I then had to renotice, so.
All right, so why don't we work off the few sets of plans we have, and I'll...
You can't vote on an application that the board has not seen the site plan to. So if Mr. DeVito wants to proceed with testimony on the architectural plans, I'm okay with that and everything else, but I can't vote on it.
I won't vote
Plan
on
that I
it
just
until I look at it.
All right, so,
And I'm
why
not
don't
so
we
certain it's
get-
legal because we're not certain if it was available to the public.
Well, Mr. Walter apparently had accepted them, so
Well, I
that's not,
okay.
that point is.
You,
all right, so why don't we get through the architectural,
right.
and then if we have to carry until the 1st February for the engineering plans. You agree?
I agree.
And we'll get to the bottom of what happened to the plans.
This can't happen.
Yeah. You know what, why don't we take a 5-minute recess? Let me call the clerk. And
It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna review it now, I mean, you can.
See?
But the other aspect of it is whether or not it was on file at least 10 days in advance of the assigned hearing date.
Well, I would accept Mr. DeVito's position that Mr. Walter acknowledged it, that he had them, so
I physically delivered them.
I don't know where they are, or,
And when I spoke to Ed, he said, did you have everything? And I said, yeah. I said, what about the dates that they're working on? And then he said to speak to Brian. Brian said he spoke to you, and you confirmed that new date, that they changed the dates of the hearing.
like, are those just plans there?
This is more of these
That's architecture.
No, those are your-
Yeah.
architectural. That's all in architecture. That's architecture. Okay, let's move forward on architectural.
Okay,
So are we, believe me.
we'll figure out what's going on.
One of the things too, you revised your parking count.
We did, everything that we discussed.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
first,
okay.
We made those revisions.
No, I don't dispute that, but the bulk schedule is on the site plan. That's the thing, and that bulk schedule apparently had been revised as a result of our meetings.
Yes.
Okay. So that's why the site
And
plan,
all the recommendations
right,
that you made were
yes,
accepted.
okay. That's why the site plan is important.
I'm not suggesting you did.
All right. If for no other reason, okay.
Yeah, the architecturals they have.
No,
The fact that you have the architecturals is an indication that somewhere the engineering.
Well, we just got these last week, so I don't know why they weren't distributed prior to that.
I mean, as I said, I delivered it December 18th. I would be surprised that, I think that your professionals got it December 19th.
Yeah,
We just got them.
I got mine about 10 days ago. I picked them up and they were- yeah.
He told me he had everything, when I spoke to him the other day.
Well, he may have it, but we didn't.
Right, and I don't know where there was a communication error between,
Well, there's a stack of
Yeah.
18 plans somewhere, I assume they're downstairs someplace.
It was a big box.
so what I suggest is, let's get through the architectural, maybe we can hear some of the testimony on the engineering, and then when we come back, we can just quickly review what we have, or whatever is missing, and get through that.
I can't hear engineer testimony without having seen the site plan.
See
Can't do it.
See what they have to say.
Sure.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Well, but he hasn't had a chance to review.
The board has taken at face value that whatever changes were proposed at the site review committee meeting are,
Not in the plan.
and that there's a consensus by the other board members that they're okay with all these changes. I haven't seen them either, so.
Rob, you've reviewed the plans, and you were at the site plan review committee.
Chairman, I agree with the mayor. If the plans are not public has, number one, the public has the right to review the plans, and I don't want to play attorney tonight. Technically, those plans do not have to be on file 10 days prior to this, it's not here.
I would
However, you
accept that.
should err on the side of caution, because those plans should be available 10 days prior to the hearing. Chairman, I don't think you can go forward with any of the engineering testimony if the board doesn't have the plans in public meeting.
Let me make it
Whatever,
move.
whatever the reason is,
Let me
again,
move.
it doesn't matter.
Let me move. I am not going to take the risk. I would rather carry it to the next meeting date. I will either, we'll
We will find them, Mr. DeVito. I'm sure if they're in the building, Mr. DeVito, we will find them.
Yeah, I need another, I need copies again. You sure?
Let me find it.
No, I,
Just wait for tomorrow.
yes, we're gonna find out tomorrow where they are.
I don't want to, I think that is a mistake, if you don't have those plans, to have me start, and because I know that there's going to be questions, there might be engineering questions, and you don't have them in front of you. And Dick has been very helpful in making suggestions, so I wanted to see that the suggestions were carried out. I'd rather carry it. I'm beside myself. I had all my professionals here. I mean, I'm surprised that somebody didn't call me to say something. I find this, that we're just a heads up that, I can't,
The meeting was postponed and re-notified.
I'm just great. I mean, it cost my developer a fortune to schlep everybody here, and, I mean,
Well, why don't we hear the architect?
it's not, no, I don't want to take the risk. I think it's going to be a problem.
You know what, I mean, you have an attorney in the audience that represents the adjacent property owner. I think you have to err on the side of caution and postpone this and send it to the next meeting tomorrow morning. I mean, I'll call Ed, I'll stop here in the morning to find
Oh,
out.
he'll get a call in the morning.
If these plans were delivered, if they were in that package,
They're with it.
then where?
There's no reason to doubt Mr. DeVito. I have no reason to
Right.
doubt.
I didn't get them through the town.
No.
We got them separately. And any other town would say, any other professional would say, no, they have to come through the town.
They all should come through the board.
They should always come through the town for this reason.
I think that your instructions say I'm submitting to the professionals.
Yes, Mike.
Your instructions tell me to
Well,
submit
that's
directly
another thing that needs to be
professionals.
changed.
That's how he got them. And he got them, I sent them out the same day.
But usually I do this also. Usually what happens, I might get a copy from the applicant, but then I get the stamped copy from the secretary for my file.
I gotta be honest with you, Mayor. I have not followed up with Ed. he's the board secretary and that's what he's
Well,
supposed to do.
it's not for you to follow up with Mr. Cosmo, it's not your purview. And I apologize, Mr. Vito, because
Yes.
I believe me, I'm not happy about it either. I'm not happy about it.
I'm mortified, I don't even know what to say to my clients.
We don't know what to say either.
I hear that you have other applications on for February 7th, am I going to be in front?
We'll make sure we'll get you on. We have to stay late, we'll stay late.
Mr. DeVito, there's the applicant waive all statutory timeframes and extend
Yes,
the time
I
for the
waive all
court act.
statutory time frames. Would you please confirm that it will be carried to February 7th with no further notice at 7:30,
Yes,
please?
sir. Anybody is here this evening on ILBJ LLC, 335 Johnson Avenue, Block 1405, Lot 3. It is being carried to February 7, 2018 at 7:30 p.m. in these chambers. You will not receive any further notice from the applicant or this board.
Let's make the starting time for that meeting at 7. I'll have the board secretary put out a notice tomorrow.
Okay. Let me revise that statement. If anybody is here on IBLJ LLC,
I'm going to lose my delay application. There's two residential.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's very small.
First and third.
What's the next potential meeting date? As opposed to, so I don't want to lose my plan.
Okay.
Can we do it, was it February first?
February 7th. There's 5 Wednesdays in January.
February 7th.
Lisa, are you available on the 7th?
No, I have 2 hearings that night.
Let me, hold on 1 second. Let me,
I've already got coverage, I'm trying to work it out.
how, was it 10 days for notice to have a special meeting?
48 hours, if you do
But
it.
if we have a note, we had an issue with not having the plans on file.
Well, they're on file. He says they're on file.
But
Right.
they're not on file. If he didn't stamp them, they're not on file.
So what would be the next meeting, the
And-
21st? I have it in my phone.
It has to be after February 3rd.
All right.
For me.
So what happened, I see, is we
I'm not in the country.
So, all right, so why don't we try for a special meeting just for you? On the 30, no?
No, I'm not good with
The
that.
27th to February 3rd, I'm not. I'm on vacation.
What about
I'm
February
gone.
21st?
Chairman, my suggestion, on the 7th, and Karen, let them start their testimony with the engineer and the architect, because that might take some time, and the board might have other
Yes,
requests or
yeah.
changes. At least you get it in motion.
So that would be on February 7th, the regular meeting.
7 o'clock?
We're gonna start 7, so we get the 2 residential.
Right. Now, is that going to change their notifications?
Carrying it to 7th.
No,
No,
we just make an
carrying here.
announcement.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so someone will take care of publishing the 7 o'clock start time?
Sorry?
The board secretary has to publish. that
Yes.
the meeting starts at 7.
Well, I'll ask Stephanie to do it.
Otherwise, you're gonna sit here for half an hour waiting for the delegate.
And what about the 21st?
Well, the 21st, we'll wind up carrying the last of the testimony, and
Okay.
hopefully get that, and we'll definitely put you on the first for the 21st to finish everything off.
So, let's try this again. Anybody is here this evening on ILBJ LLC, 335 Johnson Avenue, Block 1405, Lot 3. It is being carried to February 7th, 2018 at 7 o'clock p.m. in these chambers. You will not receive any further notice from either the applicant or this board.
Mr. DeVito, I apologize.
I understand, I mean, you know, it's not. Thank you, Jeff.
Okay.
Sorry, we get to hear you testify.
All right, so we don't have any other business tonight, so let's adjourn and we can discuss this a little further. Motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed and abstained? Thank you.
That was moved by Mary Mignon, seconded by Mr. Merman.
Yes.
Okay.
Just stick around for a few minutes, everybody.
We did.